Hello my friends, my name is Anthony and I come from the beautiful Griechenland. But I speak the French because I think when I'm very artist, it must be the French accent. So, I live in the Colonia. Beautiful city, calm, fantastic. And I make these things. We're gonna study them together because I think I make the very good art. So, what we start from is the piece I want to call Blia. We can start from the left top corner here, where we encounter the story of this little beautiful segment, okay? This beautiful segment alone has a shape that looks like a bird, but also look as a statue or look like an animal upside down, a chasing puma. Now what about this? Is this the background for the black, or the black is the background and the orange is the foreground? It's up to you to decide, my friend. But if you zoom out, you may see the intricate detail fractaling around and around and around without ever repeating, because this is my art. So you zoom out, look at this beauty. It's almost too much beauty that the head cannot comprehend. Look at this baby, look at this beautiful salamander here. Can you believe this creature here was created by a sequence of semi-random, semi-generative filters and effects, which is my unique method. Nobody can make this art. Look at this baby. There is never this beauty. And you zoom out and you see the whole picture, you see the whole picture. Does this look good? Yeah. Of course it looked good. Look at this area with more black. It's like a war. But is it a war or is it a dance? Is this consensual? Do these creatures want to play with each other, or they are forced by a higher entity to interact in the nothingness of the black space void? Look at the corner. The corner has a bit more order. But is it order, or is it the hallucination of an illusion of order? Look at this baby. You think everything is in order. This is weird. This is weird, my friends. Look at these guys. I love this painting. I love it. And you should love it too. This is a commercial video I made. This is my child, okay? But the good thing with my child is that it can reproduce itself. Like you press Ctrl and S and you can save your child to another copy. And you can send the child to be printed. And then you can share your child with different people. It's like, do you want to have my child? I have more children. How about this? It's okay. Look at the texture. It's fine for a small card. So I have the prints of my art, okay? Some of them look good small, like this one looks okay small, but the other looked good big. Oh, this also looks so good when it's big. I know you want it big. There is a lot of things going on here. Let's go to explore, okay? Again, look at the geometry. Some structures are blurred out, fading. Some structures are more noisy, and some structures are very sharp and pronounced. There is different levels of fractalization happening, as you can tell. We have the small fractal areas, like here, down to the pixel level, and of course you have the bigger fractal areas, like here for example. This red area is fractalized in a way that is visible from a longer distance. Also here, you see this brown noisy area. Let me bring it to the foreground. Zoomed in, it looks off, there's something going on there. It looks like soil, but the sun is shining, and then there is this black hole here, and this questionable entity trying to find her way to the right side of the fertile soil and give birth to something beautiful, but it never reaches there, so it stays alone and neglected, And you think the color scheme is brown and green and yellow, but here you have some beautiful purple. Where did you come from? You don't belong here. Oh, I belong because I'm different. And to be different is the exception that validates the rule. Look at this beautiful geometry. Oh my fucking god. Aren't you in love with this shape? Like seriously. This shape alone. I could tattoo this shape on my eyebrow, so it's not visible, but I know it's there. And then chaos ensues. Look at this chaos. I don't need to prompt you to look anymore. This is so smooth, but then there is those little protrusions that make it, I don't know, uncomfortable or confident. I cannot tell. Is this a frog? Is this contemporary art? I think so. And then you zoom out. Still good. Still fucking... Oh, we get to the fiery area. Now, the fire. Look at the fire. There is some green in the fire. Why? I don't know, man. It's so... I'm speechless. Look at this beauty. I made this a few months ago. I'm like, fuck you. I am confident enough to show off my art because I think it's good. Is everybody gonna like it? No, of course not. It's art. It's highly subjective. But some people gonna love it. And these people gonna buy this fucking art to put it in their houses and in their restaurants. I guess, and kind of culture places. Maybe some museum too, who knows, maybe I become famous one day. For the moment, nobody knows these things. This is just okay. You see the difference between okay art and great art. Like, if you crop this, you can zoom it in and make something. This is my method, you know, I make something big, complex, and then I add quirkiness and complexity, and sometimes it works amazingly, sometimes it's just okay. Next one. Oh, I love this one. Man, this is one of my favorite children. Again, this is the perfect balance of order and chaos, of geometry and blurriness and noise, of expected shape patterns and unexpected interruptions in the space and in time. How does it work in time? I don't know. I just felt like saying it. You start from the corner and it's already fucking beautiful. Look at this corner. Usually corners in art, they're nothing. They're background. I give people the corners they deserve. This is a worthy corner, you know? This is a fucking worthy corner. And then you zoom out. Look at this. You start having beauty everywhere, in every single inch of this masterpiece, if I may say for myself, which I made. You see unparalleled, unmatched, unprecedented beauty in a way, in a fashion that you've never seen before in art. And to be confident and say, you have never seen this art before, even if there is millions and millions of worthy art pieces, which I don't doubt for a second. I love other artists. But these are my children, don't you know? Look at this baby. Look at this baby. I mean, I don't call you baby. This is my baby. You understand? You know, I don't know you. Maybe you're hot. Maybe you're sweet. Maybe. I mean, everybody deserves some love unless we are horrible people. What is happening in the center? Same, but different. Look at this dance. I'm moving around too much. You should stay 1 hour here appreciating this. This beauty, I made it. You can buy a fucking burger, or you can have this in your life. You can buy drugs like coffee, or you can, oh, look at this. Oh boy, I know, right? By now, you must be in love with my art, or with my attitude. Otherwise, you would have clicked away, and most people will have clicked away. So now that we are the two of us, or the few of us, if you're watching with company, let's have some more. First of all, let's appreciate the whole thing again. It's so good. Next. Nah. Ooh, this. I think I have a version of this that I like more. Look, these are brothers, right? Let's have a look. I started with my bangers. I mean, this has the same type of... Look at this beauty. Look at this structure over here. You have this on your wall, and there is this structure over here. You're like, oh wow, that's already something to be happy about, something to give your life beauty and confidence. And more of those structures continue there. I actually like the detail of this piece much more than I remembered. Look at this baby. Oh, look here, look. And then you zoom out and it's like a tornado. It's like colorful, celebratory tornado, which makes you happy when you are in the periphery because it's exciting, you know, the waves are taking you and making you feel alive. But the moment you're being sucked in its middle, where it's stronger, it starts getting dark and gray and it starts ruining your life. So here is happiness, and the more you indulge, the more the happiness becomes questionable, and then it becomes darkness if you want an interpretation. Otherwise you can make yours. What about this corner that is chopped out? What about this corner? It's chopped out because that's how life is, you know? Life is not perfect. So this tornado, oh look, it's like a face here. Look at that woman. She is feeling weird. She starts being absorbed. There is a forest. Okay, next. This is the same tornado with different colors. I guess it depends on the mood of your space. If you want to hang this on your wall, you want the big tornado full of colors, or you want the more subdued tornado, still colorful but in a more discreet way, may I say, and maybe a bit more pessimistic. This is a nice small one. I like it how it is. If you zoom in, you don't see so much detail. It's a lower resolution artwork as well. This is also quite nice. It's quite nice. I don't have much to say. I think it just looks good. Let's keep moving around. This is something I'm not sure if I like it or not. I think those shapes have some personality, but I'm not crazy for them. It wouldn't be my biggest achievement, my proudest achievement, you know. First of all, this is a bit too magenta, so I'm going to immediately fix it. But the problem is then it becomes too green, so I have to add yellow and then remove some red and look before, after. It's subtle. This is an old one. I still love it. There is a lot of noise and there are a lot of bubbly structures, as you can see, but they are interrupted by crystal-like structures, as you can also see. And some are kind of glowy, neon glowy structures within the bubbles. I believe that this artwork will have fanatic lovers and fanatic haters. It's also a bit too homogeneous. I think it can work printed large in some spaces that have to do with extraterrestrial life search. Something like that. This is also a bit more biology-like, pebble-like if you may. Liquid, you know, surface tension and viscosity are dancing together on different colors. I'm just going to follow my intuition and not spend too much time in it. I do like it, but I do not love it. Some artworks I love. This I also like, but don't love. I think it has potential to be loved by some people. I think the triangular, sharp corners combined with the square pixelated negatives give it a personality which again can be loved or hated, or you may be indifferent. I think some part of me is in love with this one and some other part of me doesn't care about it so much. Again, I started with my bangers, I think, but there is so many more, to be honest. This I don't care about. This is the big guy from which we took the crop before. It's more industrial, it's more gray. Of course it's gray, but also desaturated. It's not popping out. I know what you think about it. Oh, hello. That guy I love. The reason this guy is in landscape is that it can be sold in landscape because most people prefer landscape art. But for me as an artist, this is still a portrait mode. So, let's dive in. The beauty of this artwork is that it starts less disturbed on the side and it becomes more and more disturbed as you get to the middle of it, with splashes and sploshes and noise and fucking mess. And this disturbance follows a gradient of changing the colors to yellow. So you have the blue area, the kind of desaturated area, then you have the red area. You have something like a green intermezzo here, which never becomes a theme, and then it becomes yellow. And I do think this can go horizontal in a space where you want to imply a cold area on the left side and the warm area on the other side. You can even flip it. So for example, if you have your fireplace on the left, you put the left side to the fireplace and then you put the right side towards the window or the TV that are more blue-like. Enough said. What about this guy? Again, it's fine, but you've seen better, right? Oh, wait, it's not as boring as it looks like. This guy, printed big, is a fucking treat. I'm going to explain. Look at the corner. Look at this corner. Need I say more? Look at this. Those interruptions, they feel so geometric. There is geometry and interruptions in a way that follows a pattern and then it breaks the pattern in the most unexpected fashion. Look at this guy here. Look at all these fjords here. Look at the old wall, moldy kind of neon-y degradation happening here, like a rotten tooth, like a rotten soul, like a person whose life is put together, but if you zoom in, it's falling apart, but it keeps the semblance of boring put-togetherness. And the pattern follows here, almost perfectly geometric, except where it's not, except where it's fucking not. Look, I love this painting for its details. Look at this. Down. Oh my god. This is a whole different culture, you know, this is a whole different domain of understanding and feeling life. And it's there. It's enclosed by geometry. It's near the corner, near the edge. Same here. These guys are dancing. I don't know what else to say. This is one of my favorite paintings, but it needs to be printed big. This guy wouldn't work in a card. These are the guys for the cards. Even some old geometric patterns that are super simple, they can work. Like this is simple geometry, okay? But that is a complex geometry. If you're interested in the landscape version of this guy, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't feel it. I mean, you can do it, but I don't feel it. Oh, what about this guy? This is a simple one, but elegant. Okay, this is golden, literally. I made this with golden pixels. This is not yellow, this is gold, okay? And look at the details. Again, starting from the edge, getting simple, getting wilder, getting wider, getting narrower, getting spiky and thorny, and giving a whole wave, a whole motion that is being interrupted by those more structured right domains, hosting a river flowing in the middle, which is being suspended on the left side, except those flowing downward structures are keeping the river. I don't know what I'm talking about. Next! Oh god, I love this one. It's in a way so simple. It's really simple, but first of all, the texture is delicious. Those little tiles are just a marvel to look at. Some of them are black, some of them are colored, some of them have a white eye, and the randomness, some of them are tiling the edge. Look how they're tiling the edge beautifully. Some of them have 2 colors. This guy has 3. This guy has been subtracted by the background. So there is just enough randomness, but also just enough order to make a perfect balance of randomness and order. And also there is at the same time homogeneity, because it looks homogeneous and the background color is the same, but there is the heterogeneity of the gradient, starting from purple blue and going down to magenta, magenta white, dark white, blue red, but still yellow, but not a popping interrupting yellow, but a mustard yellow that accommodates and brings to the surface the beauty of all those tiled structures. And that's why I fucking love this one. It's one of my favorites. And also the end tiles are put so beautifully there. I mean, my god, I don't remember how I did most of these things. I don't remember the sequence of effects and actions. But man, I love this one. I love it from far away, and I absolutely adore it from nearby. Okay? Next. I think I like this one. I think it has a bit too many colors, which you can fix almost immediately if you want to, but I'm not going to get to this process. I'm gonna make the yellow less saturated and a bit dark. Nah. It's a whole process that I can teach you how to work with these, but not in this video. Oh, I like this one, and it looks good as landscape as well, because most people want to buy big paintings in landscape form, but I prefer to make them in portrait. What can I do? Well, I should follow the market at some point. But for the moment, I just do whatever I want. And this guy, I think it looks interesting from distance. Maybe a little bit too homogeneous, but the moment you come closer, you see again those beautifully random but semi-ordered structures of different sharpnesses, of different clarities. For example, look at this blurry red thing here, losing focus and then getting back to focus. You have clear blacks and whites, but interrupted beautifully by colors like here. And you know my style already, the new style I'm developing. Look at this. It's so good, I think. So I'm not gonna talk too much about it. This is a nice gradient as well, a bit saturated with color, but it looks much better printed. So we have mostly red down there. We start getting interruptions with green, with pink, even some purple, some blue, some green again. And as we talk about the interruptions, we already became yellow, and that's how it goes. Oh, I like this one. Notice the vertical lines, which are very clear from distance, but as you zoom in, they are being negotiated by the smooth curves that the shapes take. So the smoothness of the curves is eventually making a vertical line, but this vertical line is not really interrupting any smoothness when you zoom in. It's part of the smoothness, even if it's kind of strict. This is a good example of it. So everything is smooth, but it maintains the line that is guiding the whole structure downwards, and this happens all along the painting. And I think I'm pretty happy with the amount of color on this. It's not too much, also not too little. There is enough gray, which I think helps the painting pop out and doesn't make the colors overcrowded. This is a more overcrowded version. Again, we have this kind of vertical structure, but the color is a bit more pronounced and a bit more audacious, which I don't like so much. This is an old, very simple painting. I think it has something to it. It's extremely simple, and even when you zoom in, there's not so much detail. They're not delicious structures to feast your eyes with. And the reason I've kept it and I keep printing it and selling it is I feel something with it. I don't know what I feel, but there's something to it. At least personally, I can feel something with it, so I just keep it around even if it's not as impressive as other ones. And this is kind of the very opposite. Like, on paper, it has all the features I like. There's the beautiful structures with noise and variation and curves and guidelines all along the painting. There is a gradient, there's different gradients. The primary gradient is from yellow to red again. And then I guess the blue is not a gradient, but a kind of constant interruption to the color pattern. So all the specifications, let's say all the personality features of this painting are aligned with what I want to make, but it doesn't touch me the way I would like to. I don't feel, you saw my enthusiasm with some other paintings, I cannot feel the same enthusiasm, and if you can, more power to you. It is highly subjective. I think this is a painting that some other people will like more than I do, and I think there is merit to it, and I cannot put my finger on what makes me not so excited about it. I will be honest to you. I mean, I've made some artwork that I love, and this, I don't. It's just okay. I mean, I like this printed small. I will just talk about the ones I feel like talking about. This is a simple one. It's like city lights, you know, like the traffic and the blue of the televisions in the houses, or the fluorescent lights in the shops. And it's like, you know, when you have this camera that is blurry and you're out of focus, or it's shaking with long exposure, it gives me this kind of vibe. I do like it. I do not love it. I think it makes a good medium-sized print, not massive, not small, because when it's small it should be a bit jollier, you know, a bit happier, maybe brighter, but then you lose the feeling with it. I would print this A4 or A3, something like that. This is another iteration of what we saw before. Ooh, I love that guy. But you see, like, this is contemporary art. I love this shit. It's very simple, okay? It's just noise. When you zoom, it's just noise. Look at this. It's what it is. This, I don't need to zoom. I don't need to advertise the beautiful microstructures. There is almost none. But I just look at this thing and I feel something, you know? What do I feel? I don't know. I just feel something, and that's why I like it. This, I feel nothing. Nothing. Do you feel something? Write me in the comments. Ooh, this painting is a long story. It's too crowded, a bit too repetitive. It has beautiful component structures, but they are so homogeneous zooming out that they don't make, in my opinion, for an interesting experience from far away to nearby. The reason I love paintings like this is that you can see something from far away, and then you can also see something beautiful from nearby. This guy, you see nothing from far away, to be honest. Only maybe some curiosity to zoom in, and it's a bit too trashy. You know, I like putting trashy structures in my paintings, but even I'm like, this is too much trash, you know? I don't care for this one so much. This is a nice small print. What I like in this is that I didn't bother to be too heterogeneous. So there is a big yellow structure here, let it be. There's a big white structure here, let it be. This side I love. I love this. Look at this. Woo! It's so good because it's geometric, but also look, there's some curvature. All those patterns that they should be some way, but then they are broken. Look at this ear here, you know? Look at this mess here. Like, I like this one, I like a lot. And it's a good small print. I think it's a good medium-sized print also. I wouldn't print it huge. I think it's too simple to be printed huge, but this detail is good. I like it. This is a less crowded version of what we saw before. I think I used this to create the other one, so maybe this is nicer, you know? I cannot tell. You can see all those rectangles I made. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know if I feel indifferent, if I feel disturbed, or if I feel intrigued. I definitely don't feel amazed, but I do feel something, but I don't know what it is. We are back to another iteration of those beautiful tiles. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but I like this one too, and I think the other is, yeah. And this I like. Woo, it's so good. Wait. So these are 3 versions of my tiles. The tiles are exactly the same in shape. You can see the shape is identical, but the color profiles are different, and I love all 3 of them. So I think this is my favorite. I think that's the first I made, but this is my favorite. I think it's a bit brighter. The background instead of mustard is blue, and the gradient starts from yellow and fades to green. And let's look at those beautiful tiles again. Look at them. I'm just gonna walk you through from top to bottom, becoming a bit red, a bit brown, staying yellow, now a bit more brown. Oop, the green starts here, you know? We start getting greener and greener and darker, now brighter green and dark and white, and we're down. It's so elegant. It's killing me how good this is. This is a bit too red, but the colors are distinct. It's hard to, especially in digital, to make something that has an almost consistent color, but the elements are different, distinct colors, if you get what I mean. So this still works. And the old guy. So I didn't expect to show you so many paintings. I would be amazed if anyone sat through the whole video. I think it's very unlikely, but if you did, please write me in the comments and I'll give you a small gift. And don't lie, please be honest with me. If you watched the whole video for some reason, write me a comment and I will give you a small gift. Now, if you live near where I live, I may have sent you this video to promote my art in case you want to buy it for your house, for your business, for your project, for a gift, for whatever, because I started making this art less than 1 year ago, and I started gaining confidence in the quality of my art just 2 or 3 months ago, so everything is very fresh and I have no idea how the art business works, but I think what I make is good enough to try be part of it, and maybe I'm delusional, maybe not. I'm gonna give it a try, because I do think I have something unique to offer. I do think I'm making something that at least I haven't seen anywhere else, and there is some value to it because I've heard some positive comments from other people, and also I happen to love some of these artworks, and that gives me enough confidence to show it to people, so the ones who like it may want to purchase it in some form, digitally, printed or otherwise. Otherwise? How can it be otherwise? I don't know. Anyhow, thank you for indulging my professional analysis of my artwork, and see you in another video.